Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at this new cool app that I found called Monitor Plus. This app allows you to use your phone or tablet as a wireless or wired field monitor with most of Sony cameras. It has really cool features such as full camera control, false colors, peaking, histogram, and much more. First, let's start with pricing. You have a free version with most of the features limited. Then you have a $20 paid version which unlocks every single feature this app has to offer. I highly recommend to invest the $20 because this app is really amazing. It completely replaced my personal need of an actual field monitor. It's compatible with iOS or Android, but on iOS you can only use it wirelessly, whereas on Android you can use it with wired connection, which will drastically reduce the latency, and also it will connect to the camera much faster. Personally, I use an iPhone with wireless connection. I have an old iPhone XR, works really well with this app with barely any noticeable delay. Now, this app is compatible with most of new Sony cameras. If you have an old one, it might not work. And also some cameras will have a bit more latency issues than others. For example, with my Sony ZV-E10, the connection isn't as good as with my Sony A7IV. And that's because the ZV-E10 does not have the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency band, whereas the Sony A7IV does. Now let's get into features. I'm going to connect my Sony A7IV to the application on my phone and show you all the features it has to offer. First of all, let me show you how quickly it is to connect to the camera. So I'm going to launch the app, then I'm going to click join Sony A7IV, and that's it. Took about maybe 7 seconds. Okay, on the left we have these 3 dots and we can change many things in here. Histogram style, for example. We can change tap function from autofocus area to camera touch and many other things that I barely touch, to be honest. Then here we have frames per second. We can change the frame rate. We can change the recording setting. So bitrate, 10 bit, 422, 420, and so on. Then we can change also the file format, 4K, HD, SI, S, HS, whatever you want. Then you can change the shutter speed very easily on your camera. Iris, you can change the iris, but at the moment mine is set to manual. I'm gonna set it to automatic. And now I'll be able to change the aperture from the application. But I like to use the aperture on my actual lens, the aperturing I mean. Then we have ISO. You can obviously change the ISO. Then white balance. Then you have the focus or manual focus. You can switch to manual focus. Then you have focus area. You can change the focus area. And then on the right, you have the battery indicator for the camera, not for the phone. Then on the bottom left corner, we have the histogram. Beside that, we have the record button. So I can press this button and the camera will start recording. And as you can see, I also have a tele light around the screen to show me that the camera is actually recording. Then you have the SD card space. I only have one SD card at the moment, and I have about 3 hours and 47 minutes left on my SD card. And here on the right, we have all the actual important features. So here I have image flip. I use it a lot, just to flip the image horizontally. Okay, then we have false colors to expose the shots. Then you have LUTs. You can import LUTs to this application, and all these features are pretty much only available with the $20 paid version. Then you have zebras, and notice also you can launch a couple of these features at the same time. So I can have an image flip and zebras together with a LUT. So it's not only one feature at a time, you can launch a couple of them simultaneously. Then you have focus peaking to control focus and stuff, see if the subject is in focus. Then you have waveform. Then you have this inspector, which shows your waveform, vector scope, and also RGB parade. And on the right, you have these 3 dots, and you can launch other effects, which I personally disabled because I'm not really using them. You have guide, if you want to use that. You have this quiz for anamorphic lenses, focus puller, chroma key, overlay, locker, flip vertically, portrait mode, and so on. And also you can customize each function exactly how you want. So for example, if I'm gonna go to zebras and I'm gonna hold on the zebras, it's gonna launch this menu, and I can set the level of the zebras that I want, the range, and then you can also change the setting to maybe peaking. You can change the color of peaking, and maybe you can change the intensity, grayscale, and each function basically can control it exactly how you want, just like on an actual camera field monitor. Now, LUTs. You can easily import LUTs to this application. I'm using an iPhone, like I said, and if you want to import LUTs, you just basically airdrop a LUT from your MacBook to your iPhone, or maybe from your iPad to your iPhone, or from your iPhone to your iPad. However you want, it's very simple. You just airdrop and it just shows up here. Very easy, and obviously you can change between the LUTs just like so. As you saw, this app has really cool features. It's definitely worth the $20 price, but it's not perfect. For one, from time to time, the app completely disconnects from my camera for no apparent reason. Maybe it's my old iPhone, but it's definitely not as reliable as a proper camera monitor. Then resolution. Although the image quality in this app is great, still it will never compete with field monitor quality. For my kind of use, it's more than enough, but if you need everything to be really sharp, a field monitor might be a good investment. I believe this app is not designed to replace a field monitor, although for me it totally did. I think it's designed to be a backup solution, or maybe if you want something compact to use with your gimbal setup, or maybe just don't want to spend $200 plus on an actual camera field monitor. Thanks for watching.